How do you turn simple acts of kindness into a legacy of faith? In this episode, my guest shares what happens when what appears to be a childhood chore becomes a lifelong ministry. Welcome back, everyone, to the Faithful Growth Show, where we explore how faith and career intersect. Today, I am joined by the wonderful Nikita McNeil Sutherland. She is the owner and the director of Spread Love and Smiles Outreach on Assignment Incorporated. So please join me in welcoming Nikita.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. So excited to speak with you today. I have had an opportunity to watch the work that you have been doing in Clayton, North Carolina. I wanted to take an opportunity just to talk with you and share with our listeners about how you got into the work that you are doing. So if you can share with us what led you down this path and how you got here.
Well, I have really been doing outreach ministry since I was 5. And it started with my grandmother. I was born and raised on a farm. My grandmother used to always make bread. We go to the chicken coop, we get the eggs out, and she'll make baskets and she'll take it around the neighborhood. And I had to go with her. So it started actually with my grandmother, and she passed when she was 104.
Oh, wow.
She was still giving out stuff even at that age. So I've been doing outreach since I was 5, but my ministry started in 2005.
Okay.
I've been doing it now for a long, long time.
Tell us about your ministry.
Well, what my ministry do is we love on the Bible says love thy neighbor. And so we love on our neighbors. It doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are. It doesn't matter if you're handicapped. We don't discriminate. We help anybody. We do food. We do clothes. I do a giveaway once a month. I have a health and wellness event coming up. We help with the elderly. I go grocery shopping for the elderly every Monday. Every Sunday, we feed the unhoused.
Nice.
We'll go and we just go to different communities and we just feed them and give them love. We hug them and talk to them and just show them love.
We absolutely love that. So tell me, as you were on this journey that you started when you were 5 years old, and it sounds like your grandmother was a significant influence in what you did back then and what you are doing now. Have you faced any challenges in this work, and how do you navigate those challenges?
Of course, there's a lot of challenges, but if you put God first, that's what I do. I pray every day. I pray every night. I say breath prayers. And I about like 2 weeks ago, I was discriminated against, but I just loved the man. And I was like, well, thank you, sir. I hope you have a wonderful day. So you have challenges. You have you got to take time away from your family. So I've been doing time management.
Okay.
So I have decided that, this set of time, this is when I'm going to do my outreach, and this set of time is when I'm going to be with my family. But normally, it's all about outreach. I've been noticing that I look, my family need me too.
Right.
So I had to draw the line. I had to say, okay, Nikki, and you're not a single woman, okay? You got a whole family. So therefore, you got to take time out for your family and take time out to help the community. And that's what I do.
And I think you brought up something that's really important in all of this, in the work that we are doing or have been assigned to do in this world. There is a balance, right? And you can easily get swayed one way or another, whether, that's in your community ministry that you're doing or in the church, right? There are often times when the good work can sometimes take us away from our family. So you said you've been doing time management. So what does that look like for you?
Well, time management. So in the morning time, on Mondays is my time. I have a set time from 10 to 12 that I help the elderly. I go shopping for them. I wash their clothes. After 12 o'clock, that's it. So I only would choose maybe 1 or 2 that I need help on Mondays. And then after that, when I finish with them, I go and I grocery shop for myself because I like to cook fresh. I know a lot of people probably say, well, you crazy guy. I always like to go to the grocery store and buy fresh meat. I already have the other stuff at home, so I can come home and I cook. Then after I cook, I might go back out and do some more community work. And then after 5 o'clock, I don't do no more community work unless we doing feed the community, which we feed the community once a month. Every month we do a feed the community with my friends on One Compassion. So once a month, they know at 5 o'clock that I'm not gonna be home until like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And but it's only once a month. And I talk to my significant other, my husband, and I tell him like, look, this is what I gotta do on this day right here. And I tell the kids and they be like, okay, Mom. Sometimes they come help me and sometimes they don't.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That was my next question is in your work, how do you involve your family in the work that you're doing?
Well, my kids have been involved ever since they were born. They have always been involved. Back in 2005, when I first started, I was substituting at my kids' school.
Right.
And a little girl, I used to just ask the kids, "What you want for Christmas? What you want for Christmas?" And this one little girl just stuck out. And she was like, "I just want a room. That's all I want. I don't want no toys. I just want a room." And I said, "You want a room?" And she said, "Yeah." So it just stuck with me when I got home. It just stuck with me. And I was like, "Oh, it's me. This little girl so much in that room." So I talked to her and then I went over to their house. I actually went to the house, talked to the dad. He was a single dad. And he took me on a tour. And when I went in there, she didn't have a floor in her room. She had no floor. So if you would have actually opened up her door, you would have hit the ground. So I'm a crybaby because I cry all the time. So I got in my car and I thought, "Oh, Lord, my kids over here got a room, got their own bathroom." So I took my kids so they can see how blessed they are.
Yeah.
And then when they saw that, they started like, "Mom, we're going to go with you to feed the community. We're going to go with you to feed this family. We're going to go with you for Christmas because we do Christmas things too. So we're going to go with you to give out presents," because they saw how other people living that was classmates.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. So, they opened up their eyes. So I got in the car and I was crying like, "Lord, what am I going to do?" So I woke up the next morning, and when I woke up, I went to Lowe's and Home Depot. And I started asking, I just stepped out on faith.
Okay.
I started asking like, do you build houses? Because, they in Lowe's. So you
Right.
buy construction stuff. Do you build houses? Do you know how to put a floor in? Do you know how to? By the grace of God, I got on the radio station, the gospel station, 103.9, and I talked to Jerry Smith, and we got together. We got all the volunteers together. We met at a restaurant called McCall's, and we just formed this one big family, and we went to this little girl house. We tore it up. It was almost like extreme makeover.
Wow.
Yeah, we did it every Saturday because, the guys work during the week. So they donate their time every Saturday. And my parents would cook for them and bring them water and all that stuff. And we remodeled that little girl house. So when Christmas came, she cut her ribbon. And when she walked in her house, she had $1 million floor. And where she got the $1 million floor from, when the guy heard me on the radio, he called me and said, "I just got $1 million floor put in my house and I got a lot of it left over. Can I donate that to you?" And I said, "Yes." So we went to pick it up. But also this little girl, if you turn on her water, it ran red mud.
Wow.
And it ran red mud for probably about 10, 15 minutes. So they couldn't drink the water and they couldn't cook the water. So that caused a problem with us. So I did a gospel singing and we raised the money to get her because it cost almost $4,000 or $5,000. And we did a gospel singing and whatever money left over, we gave it to the family.
That's amazing.
But really started when I was grown. But I always been doing outreach.
Yeah. So you mentioned something in that story where you said, I stepped out on faith and I went into Home Depot and I started asking.
Yeah.
And I imagine that you do that quite a bit.
You know what my grandma always taught me? Only a person can say yes or no.
Right.
And I said, "Well, Grandma, I'm gonna tell you no like Popeye takes spinach, baby. But they tell me no, I'm gonna eat that spinach, I'm gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger." But yeah, so yeah, I feed people every Saturday and Sunday. I get my groceries. Every Saturday and Sunday I get my groceries. So what I do now is I draw names and I know people that need food. So I put their name on my list and I draw a name and I say, look, you need meet me at the grocery store so you can get this cart of groceries. And I do it every Saturday and Sunday. It's a lot of no's that you're gonna get. But when you get a no, just go back and reevaluate and say, you know what? Maybe I didn't say something right, or maybe my hair didn't look good that day.
Right, because presentation matters, right?
Yeah, it does. I really like myself. I said, maybe I need to go get my hair washed and lay to the side or something like that. And then when you look presentable,
Yeah.
so I said, you know what? All right. So when I get ready to go conduct business, I know I got to put on a different hairstyle.
Right. You got to put your business here on.
Yeah,
Right.
I got to put the business hair on, the business gear, because, I really don't care. I just go out there like some jogging pants and a T-shirt with it say something like Jesus. Because I always wear a powerful message like, about God on my T-shirts.
Yeah.
When I do, it catches people's eye because I could be anywhere. They're like, oh my God, I like your T-shirt, because God is always first. That's how I balance my stuff because actually what I do and my dream is not about success.
Right.
It's really, and it ain't about income. It's about peace and impact. And God getting the glory out of what I do. That's it.
Absolutely. I can just the passion.
God, proud. I look. I'm proud of you. Proud. Now, when I tell the story about the little girl,
Yeah.
it brings back memories like so many kids that got houses and cars and they bully kids like that.
Yeah.
And it ain't fair. It's not fair. They can't help that their mom or dad can't afford a house or something. So when I tell the story, it brings back memories because I forgot about the little girl. After we did her house years and years ago, I went to the restaurant and she was like, oh my God, that's Miss Nikki. And my husband looked at me like, who's the little girl? And I was like, oh, something.
Yeah, because they will absolutely run.
Came up, she was like, Miss Nikki, you remember you did my room? I still keep my room clean. I still got that room. She was just and then she told her boss, she said, look, I'm going to pay for Miss Nikki food.
Oh,
Yeah, she was 18. She was 18.
okay.
I first saw her when she was, I think, 9 or 10. So, yeah, she was 18 when I saw her the next time I saw her. Yeah. So I was like, God. And then my mom was like, when you do a good thing, people remember you.
Yeah, that is exactly it. Because it's not, it may not even be exactly what you did, but it is how you made her feel and the value
Oh, yeah.
of her life, and you taking a step of faith and
Yeah,
not
I do.
question, right? So, like I may not be able to do the floor myself, but there are people out there who can do the floor.
That's it that will help you.
We got bringing community together, right? Because like, people, they're out there, but you are a person who's able to bring those people together to do something good in your
You
community.
walk past millionaires every day. You probably walk past a millionaire every day, don't even know he's a millionaire because of the way he dressed.
Right.
Like, that's something my husband tell me all the time. Stop, you talk to everybody. And I do because I love people.
Yeah.
I'm a people person. I love people. If I can help you, I'm going to help you. If I ain't got it, I'm going to find it for you.
Yeah.
That's just the type of person I am.
Please.
I make room for grace
Yeah.
and mercy. Like grace and mercy, I need to come on.
So we may have women listening to this who are interested in starting their own outreach ministry. A lot of times, outreach ministry, you find that in the church, within the church walls. If you have someone who's looking to do outreach ministry outside of those church walls on their own, what advice would you give to those women on how they can leverage their faith in order to get started or to move forward?
Well, one, I say stay rooted and grounded in the word, in God. Two, I say talk to your pastor. I will always tell you, talk to your minister, talk to your pastor, and tell them what you're doing outside of, because you don't want the two to interfere.
Yeah.
You don't want your church stuff to interfere with what you're trying to, do. But I will also tell them that do their own research. Outreach ministry does not mean that you're going to be making a whole lot of money. People think like, I'm a nonprofit organization. I'm a 501c3. Oh, I can get this donated, this donated. What is donated to you? Yes, you can pay yourself if you want to.
Mhm.
But also you got to be careful because sometimes it get out of hand. But I don't get paid for what I do. I don't take, when I ask for donations or whatever, it don't go to me. It go back into the community. So when you want to start an outreach, do your homework.
Yeah.
Because outreach is not for everybody. It's not, because you're going to see some things out there that you probably wouldn't even ever imagine seeing. So outreach ain't for everybody. But when I started my outreach, my grandma that passed away at 104, she told me that God was not behind those four walls at church. He was out in the community. And that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, mama.
Yeah, in my church, we teach that your ministry is what's between your 2 feet, right? So, like, where you walk, but that's where your ministry is. And so, in all of this, what is the legacy that you hope to leave?
Well, I hope that I will leave this, and I hope my children will take when the good Lord call me home when I'm 107.
All right. Now,
And I say 107 because I always ask God, I want to outlive my grandma at least 3 years. But I hope that they take it on and be successful in what I do, because everything I do, they know and they
yeah,
see and they there. So I want them to understand that the world we're living in now, we need more love
yeah,
and we need more peace and understanding. And we need to show these ones that do got mental health issues,
mm,
instead of pushing them away, bring them to you and talk to them, because you don't never know what a person is going through. And a hug go a long way.
yeah.
So I teach my kids like, look, hey, shake the hand, say hug.
Right.
But I got some two shy kids.
Learn that with kids, you never know what they pick up until they have an opportunity to demonstrate it. Then you look like, I didn't even realize they were paying attention.
All right.
Share with us about your ministry and how our viewers can connect or support what you're doing.
Well, I have a Facebook page called Spread Love and Smile. You can go on my Facebook page, or you can go up on the Nikki McNeil on Facebook. I'm working on my website, y'all. So
Okay.
that's probably coming up really soon. You can always call me if you want me to come and speak at your church or anything. You can follow me on social media. I am on TikTok up on Nikita 77, and I am on Instagram. It's the same thing, Kita 77. So yeah, you can follow me.
Absolutely.
I know y'all probably say, why does girl always say 7? Because that's just a God given number for me, and I always just love 7. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I do want to take a moment just to thank you for being here today. I appreciate you sharing about your ministry and the work that you're doing in North Carolina.
Thank you.
Also how your faith has driven you and the fruit that it has produced. So you continue to do the good work. We'll continue to pray and bless your ministry. And again, thank you for speaking with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to close out. Thank you for watching the Faithful Growth Show. We would ask you to like, share, and subscribe and continue to support this work so that we can continue to bring you more women of faith like Nikita and women in other professions and industries. So stay tuned for additional content and additional women of faith. Thank you.